I'll go double check. Good evening. Congratulations to each of you on this long-awaited day. In order to ensure everyone's enjoyment, we ask that you observe the following guidelines. We ask that all guests remain in their seats throughout the duration of the ceremony. The ceremony is being live streamed on the Fontbonne University YouTube page for families and guests who are unable to attend. A recording of the ceremony will be available on that same page. In order to keep distractions to a minimum, please turn off the ringer on your cell phone and avoid loud conversation with fellow guests so that everyone may hear the speakers' presentations and the graduates' names as they are announced. Masks, regardless of vaccination status, are required for the duration of your time on campus while indoors. Speakers will remove their mask while at the podium for clarity. A professional photographer will take individual pictures of all graduates as they receive their diplomas. At the end of the ceremony, graduates will exit directly to the Golden Meadow to ring the bell. Please remain seated until all graduates have processed out. Once the graduates and stage party have processed out, you may follow our ushers to meet your graduates in the Golden Meadow for a dessert reception. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome the graduates of the class of 2020.
Please stand for the invocation and remain standing for the national anthem performed by Fontbonne University senior Maria Dietrich. We ask all gentlemen to please remove your caps. O loving Creator, The class of 2020 that stands before you has traveled a long and challenging road and waited patiently for this day. In the time that has passed between the completion of our studies and the celebration of this achievement, we have grown in ways we could not have imagined, endured challenges we could not have anticipated, and now we find ourselves back where our vocational journeys began. We are at a crossroads of what lies behind us and what lies still ahead. With gratitude in our hearts, may we reflect on the journey we set out on years ago, grateful for the learning, the growth, the openness to new experiences, new understandings, for the faculty who brought instruction, the staff who supported us in our need, for the friendships, the relationships, the late nights, the deep conversations, and the not so deep ones, for the times of joy and of sorrow, of triumph and defeat. May those who have journeyed with us celebrate and support the difference we will make, the creativity we will offer, the gifts we will share, the wisdom we will continue to acquire, for the passion we will bring, the imagination we will employ, the fearfulness which we will face, the future and the many challenges it will bring, and the witness we will make to justice, to peace, to inclusive community, and the way we will strive to change the world through our love and service to the dear neighbor without distinction. We call upon you, O loving Creator, ruler of the universe, who has granted us life, who has sustained each of us, and who has helped us to reach this point of our journey through pandemic to the hope of prosperity, who walks beside us all on the roads of our lives. We pray that in all our journeys that we, the graduates of Fontbonne University, may continue to be beacons of hope and a promise to a broken world, a world in need, a world waiting for global citizens who think critically and act ethically to create a more just world. And let us say amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight were the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, came through the night, that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
You may be seated. Welcome. My name is Karen Gadera, and I could not imagine so many years ago when I graduated from Fontbonne that I would return to address you as chair of the Board of Trustees. Today, I represent my fellow trustees on this special and joyous day. You may wonder why we on the board willingly serve Fontbonne and assume such a serious responsibility, and why each of us, in our own way, provides financial support and shares our expertise to further Fontbonne's mission. Well, simply stated, we do it for you. We so believe in the power of education, and we're willing to assist in any way to further this mission begun by the Sisters of St. Joseph of Carondelet nearly 100 years ago. More than simply a volunteer opportunity, board members take up this work with passion and a deep sense of commitment. What do we get in return for our service? We get to share this day with you, the graduates of Fontbonne University. We firmly believe that each of you will take your gifts, your degrees, and the many lessons and experiences from your days as a student, and you will make a difference in our community, our state, our country, and the world. So please, accept our congratulations for a job well done. Continue to make us proud by leading lives guided by Fontbonne's mission. Stay connected to each other and to Fontbonne. And when invited, consider serving your alma mater as volunteers, donors, and active alumni. And perhaps one day, you may return as a member of the Board of Trustees. Congratulations. I am pleased to welcome Dr. Nancy Blattner, President of Fontbonne University, to the podium to address the graduates.
Greetings to the members of the graduating class of 2020. As I said to you a moment ago upstairs in the hallway, this evening's ceremony is not the graduation that you expected when you started your studies at Fontbonne, and it's occurring later than most of us had hoped. Ideally, the ceremony would have happened a year and a half ago, and you would have been surrounded by so many people who celebrate your success: parents and grandparents, spouses and children, friends and classmates, as well as so many faculty and staff who walked with you during your time on our campus. Today, you're here with some of your classmates and two people who share in your joy, but there are so many others who are not able to be here physically with you, but who nonetheless are cheering for you and want you to know how proud they are of all that you've accomplished while you've been here at Fontbonne University. My remarks this evening will be brief, but I do want to acknowledge Karen Gadera, the chair of Fontbonne's Board of Trustees, Candace Taylor, the chair of our alumni board, our founders and sponsors, the Sisters of St. Joseph of Carondelet, the members of the executive leadership team, and the faculty and staff of Fontbonne University. All of these people work tirelessly to provide each one of you graduates with an excellent education during your time as a student, and they share in your joy this evening. Students, we are so proud of what you've accomplished and of the people that you became during your time at Fontbonne. You earned a bachelor's or a master's degree in an institution that is part of the American system of higher education that is the envy of the entire world. You should be proud of your accomplishments over the years that you spent on campus and for all that you've achieved as signified by the diploma that you received. I congratulate you. Class of 2020, you joined the ranks of the few and the privileged. You graduated with your degree and have assumed your place in a world that is desperate for both the skills and the values that you acquired while at Fontbonne and which you carry with you either into the workplace or onto graduate school since 2020. While a student at Fontbonne University, you developed capabilities that I've often heard called workforce or job readiness skills. Regardless of the area of study that you pursued, education or business, history or art, speech language pathology or dietetics, you've developed the liberal arts skills that will see you through the next decades of your life in the workplace. Here at Fontbonne, through the instruction of dedicated faculty members and the nurturing of our staff, you became thought leaders who can analyze and solve problems, who can write and speak cogently, who can work independently or as part of a team. You graduated from an institution where the student-faculty ratio is small, where faculty and staff are more committed to our mission than to their paychecks, and where all decisions made by the administration and the board are student-centered. But you also graduated from an institution with the core values of respect and integrity, community and excellence, justice, service, and faith. I hope these values become as important to you as the knowledge you've learned and the skills you've acquired and the networks that you've built. As a Fontbonne graduate and as your president, I hope you will be distinguished by both the quality of the education you received and the excellence of character that you exhibit among your family members, in your communities and the workplace, and beyond in the world. Only then will you be living out the foundation upon which this institution began almost 100 years ago. Be proud of what you've achieved while you were here at Fontbonne. Be proud of the person that you have become. This is an exciting moment for each one of you, our graduates of the 2020 class, who are finally being publicly recognized for your accomplishments while at Fontbonne. For each one of you, this is both the conclusion to a chapter in your life and the continuation of the journey that began in 2020 as you started your first career or began graduate school. We are so proud of you, our 2020 commencement class of Fontbonne University. May God bless each one of you abundantly tonight and always. And now Dr. Adam Weihaupt, Vice President for Academic Affairs, will present the candidates for master's degrees at Fontbonne.
Master's degree candidates, please rise. President Blotner, on behalf of the faculty, I present these candidates and verify that they have completed all the requirements for the degrees of Master of Science, Master of Fine Arts, Master of Business Administration, and Master of Arts in Teaching. I ask that you confer upon them the appropriate degrees.
By the authority vested in the Board of Trustees of the University, by the charter from the state of Missouri, and upon recommendation of our faculty, I take pride in conferring upon each one of you the degree to which you are entitled, with all the privileges pertaining to it. In evidence thereof, and of the fulfillment of all the requirements for that degree, I grant your diploma suitably inscribed. Now you will be asked to come forward as the ushers bring you to the front.
Prior to being congratulated by Dr. Blotner, graduates will receive the traditional academic hood from a faculty member in their department. Dr. Carmen Russell, Director of the Graduate Program in Speech Language Pathology, Dr. Kelly Barger, Chair of the Department of Special Education and Education, and Dean Gail Rice have come forward to confer those hoods. If the candidates receiving graduate degrees will please come forward. Madeline Brockelman, Master of Science. You can go here, right here, and just. That's great. Thank you. Sherry Boston, Master of Science. Come around this way. Lakita Charmel Butler Jones, Master of Science. Tessa Medley, Master of Arts in Teaching. Nira Gising Tamang, Master of Business Administration. You will notice that some students are wearing stoles, cords, pens, and/or medallions. The white stoles signify participation in annual academic convocations. The colorful stoles, worn by some students, signify their cultures or home countries. Cords and medallions represent honor societies in which graduates are members. You will also notice many students wearing a commemorative yellow tassel with the 2020 charm along with their tassel. These students donated to a special student philanthropy initiative to support the next generation of Fontbonne students. Graduates who are first-generation college students are also wearing pins signifying this proud accomplishment within their families. If you would please join me in congratulating the master's degree candidates of the class of 2020. Next, we present the candidates for bachelor's degrees at Fontbonne University. Bachelor's degrees candidates, will you please all rise? President Blattner, on behalf of the faculty, I present the following candidates and verify that they have completed all the requirements for the degrees of Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Arts, and Bachelor of Social Work. I ask that you confer upon them the appropriate degrees.
By the authority vested in the Board of Trustees of the University, by the Charter of the State of Missouri, and upon the recommendation of our faculty, I take pride in conferring upon each one of you the degree to which you are entitled with all the privileges pertaining to it. In evidence thereof and the fulfillment of all the requirements for that degree, I grant you the diploma suitably inscribed. Please come forward as you are guided by an usher.
I'll ask the graduates to be seated so that your families can see, and then the ushers will bring you up when it's your time. Lillian May Corzine, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. John Hadley, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Erin Therese Ruma, Bachelor of Science, Dean's Award. John M. Hughes, Bachelor of Science. Sarah Malloy, Bachelor of Science. Mary McDermott, Bachelor of Science, Dean's Award. Taylor Alexis Skaggs, Bachelor of Science. Mallory Blake Proffer, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Samantha Marie Boving, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Jacob Wallace Dixon, Bachelor of Science. Madeline H. Lapp, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Jenna Teague, Bachelor of Science. Jalen Wadlington, Bachelor of Science. Emily Elizabeth Q, Bachelor of Science. Andrea Caroline Wheely, Bachelor of Social Work. Sierra Moore, Bachelor of Social Work. Kaylee Maria Cunningham, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Amorai Turner, Bachelor of Arts. Juwan Lee, Bachelor of Arts. Hannah Nicole Evans, Bachelor of Arts. Madeline Marie Smith, Bachelor of Arts. Mary Eggleston, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Elizabeth Ann Rechtine, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Taylor Henderson, Bachelor of Arts. Claire Ford, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Robin Michelle Lee Kuntz, Bachelor of Arts, Dean's Award. Kayla Mae Wells, Bachelor of Arts. Shelby Marie Bonds, Bachelor of Arts. Anna Lee Kelp Mort, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Eddie Coleman, Bachelor of Arts. Lushomo Chambwa, Bachelor of Arts. The last candidate to receive a bachelor's degree will be the recipient of the Alumni Hood. This year's recipient is Madi Torres. From the day she stepped on campus, Madi has been a dedicated member of the Fontbonne community. This was displayed not only through her academic success, but in her many co-curricular involvements as well. Madi has held multiple leadership roles on campus, including senior resident assistant and a mentor to first-year students in Griffin's Achieving Progress, helping them navigate their first year. Madi has the passion for helping underrepresented students navigate the world around them, and was able to do this through her many leadership roles. Other organizations she was involved with include Dance Marathon, Omicron Delta Kappa, Seeds of Justice Advisory Board, Alpha Lambda Delta, and Latino Hispanic Union. Madi embodies the best of Fontbonne's hospitality to the dear neighbor through her critical thinking, ethical actions, and responsible service. Madi receives the Alumni Hood from Candance Taylor, President of the Fontbonne University Alumni Association.
I'll ask the bachelor's degree candidates to stand once more. So if the bachelor's degree candidates would stand. With the awarding of this degree, you've earned the right to wear your tassels on the left side. So please move them now. Congratulations. Now you may be seated. Thank you. I'm now going to ask Candace Taylor, the president of our Fontbonne University Alumni Association, to present the class of 2020 Chain Link.
Class of 2020, your graduation this evening is the beginning of a new chapter in your life and the culmination of years of hard work and commitment to your educational goals. Alumni comprise the largest constituency of the university, numbering over 20,000 and dating back to the first graduation class of 1927, 94 years ago. No doubt, your Fontbonne experience has changed the direction of your life for the better. No matter where your degree takes you, please don't forget to come home for a visit. We rely on our alumni to share your time, talent, and treasure with our future alumni, just like they did for you when you were students. So stay in touch with us and come back often to visit your favorite professor or attend an event with fellow alumni. In 1927, the first graduating class began the tradition of connecting their class symbolically to the university by adding a link to the Fontbonne chain. John Hadley, Bachelor of Science in Fashion Merchandise, please come to the front. John, I invite you to add the 2020 link to the original bronze chain now. In doing so, he's connecting your graduating class with over 90 years of Fontbonne alumni. Thank you, John. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2020 is now forever linked to the Fontbonne heritage. Class of 2020, on behalf of all alumni, it is my distinct pleasure to welcome you to the Fontbonne Alumni Association. You are now Griffins for life, an important link in an historic chain. Welcome and congratulations. We are so very proud of you.
At this time, it's my great pleasure to present the 36th Annual Founders Award. The Founders Award symbolizes the great spirit embodied by the brave women who founded the Sisters of St. Joseph on October 15, 1650, in Le Puy, France. Each year, the recipients are selected by a committee and confirmed by the president. At Fontbonne University, we develop a community that embraces the mission and the values of the Sisters of St. Joseph of Carondelet, and in turn, we help them continue the work of God they began in the 1600s, to love and serve the dear neighbor without distinction. The founding sisters demonstrated the values of equality, respect, diversity, community, justice, faith, and Catholic presence. The recipient of this prestigious award shares these core values, and I'm happy to present this year's Founders Award to Carla Hickman. So Carla, please come up and join me while I continue to tell the audience a bit about you, for those of you who don't know her. Carla was nominated for the Founders Award by colleagues who affirmed the presence of the spirit of our founders wholeheartedly in all that you are, say, and have done for Fontbonne. They wrote in her nomination, Carla has spent most of her adult life in distinguished service to the Fontbonne community and to you, our students. She has great respect for the founding values upon which the Sisters of St. Joseph created their ministry. For more than 3 decades, Carla demonstrated those values in her own life and in the work that she did in the Student Affairs Division of the university. And over the course of her career at Fontbonne, she was a frontline worker with direct contact with students in the residence halls, with student activities, or anywhere students live. Carla played a significant role in expanding the reach of student affairs throughout the year so that students could be better served in a variety of co-curricular areas and student support services ranging from residential life, student engagement, orientation, health services, environmental services, food service, international student affairs, Title IX, and the list goes on and on. Her work has touched so many lives at Fontbonne. Carla, however, was the consummate behind-the-scenes worker who never sought the spotlight for herself. This is probably one of the few times when she's been asked to stand in front of the crowd. She helped others shine, and students always came first for her. She was the go-to person for the grunt work when nobody else wanted to do it, but it needed to be done, and she did it every time with grace. She responded to more student crises than can be imagined, and ensured that students were always treated with respect, care, and dignity. Oftentimes, we know this occurred at the sacrifice of time with her own family, her husband's here tonight, and her 2 children, the children being raised somewhat on Fontbonne's campus as they grew and Carla continued her employment here. Carla is also a storehouse of institutional knowledge, and she was always helpful in reminding us of why we do the things we do. She remembers students from decades ago and stays in contact with them, and has pride in Fontbonne and wears our mission on her sleeve so that others in her community and in her church, or just anywhere she is, know that she's a witness to the values of the sisters. She's well deserving of the Founders Award in recognition of her distinguished service, uniquely characterized by the founding values. So Carla, tonight we're so happy to honor you as this year's Founders Award. She is now here at the podium. She's going to share a few words with us. And please, let's give her a huge, huge round of applause.
Thank you, Dr. Blattner. Greetings to the class of 2020, faculty, staff, family, and friends. I am overwhelmed with being nominated and selected to receive the Founders Award. I never thought that when I joined the Fontbonne community in January 1987, that this would be the place that I would call home for a little over 34 years. Through my experience, I've had the opportunity to bloom where I was planted. I am thankful to those who saw that I had the potential to grow and develop new skill sets, which I did use. I would like to thank the Sisters of St. Joseph who prayed for me, laughed with me, and showed me how to be a dear neighbor. As I look back to the years, I think about my beginnings in higher education as a resident advisor and how that grew into my life work. When others talk about seeking a vocation to serve, I often think to myself that God knew I needed to be on a college campus to serve others. God was right. I have truly been blessed by the many students who have crossed my path while at this place, but I would not be the person I am today without the support of my colleagues and my mentors who encouraged me. A special thanks goes out to the following people who have journeyed with me down this path: Paula Hulick, Sister Ruth Yates, Father Jack Fleming, Gary Zach, Randy Wilson, and Joe Dayton. In Matthew 7:12, it says, "And everything do unto others as you would have them do unto you." This verse is a part of who I am, because you cannot serve your dear neighbor without distinction, without first giving them dignity and meeting them where they're at. Lastly, I need to thank my husband, John, and my children, Daniel and Rachel, for their patience and in sharing this incredible journey with me. Thank you.
I know we all thank Carla for her years of distinguished service, and congratulations again to her, and a special thanks to her family for being part of the Fontbonne community. Kaylee Cunningham, who played a big role in ensuring that this graduation happened, we owe her a special appreciation as well. We'll offer the benediction, so I'll ask the gentlemen to please remove their caps. Thank you.
God of life, we ask for your almighty hand to be upon us, all of us who graduate today. Bless our lives from this day on with goodness and love. May we justly serve the dear neighbor without distinction. May we act with loving kindness and walk humbly with you on our journey forward. Help us stay true to our dreams, to use our gifts wisely, and to embrace our future with faith, hope, and great love. Amen.